Alrighty. Long YouTube video. It's raining. Not really much more on that, except it's raining. Just I went outside for a minute, and I had to go outside for just a minute because I can't do this inside. Not because I don't want to do it inside, it's just that I don't have anything to do inside. But I'm trying to decide what kind of rice to have today, and I'm thinking Spanish rice or long grain rice. I have chicken to have with it. So, but I do have to talk about a few things. One, read the user agreements that are being updated for all your banking information. Read it, and read the things about transfers, how long they're going to take, how long a deposit has to sit in the bank for it to be released. You need to you need to watch all that stuff because I did, and on April 1st, my American Express high savings account has way different rules about when the interest I earn, how I can transfer, the amounts I can transfer, when I can transfer, when it's going to be available for me to transfer, how much funds are going to be available when I can transfer. So you need to read these things. Secondly, on these, I got one I think also for Capital One. Or was it Credit One? It was one of them. The interest rate goes prime plus if you're over your limit. And I was like, well, wait, how does that happen? And that's going to be effective soon too. Definitely, I can't tell you enough. If there's something that you don't understand about your banking, go ask questions. Ask every question you can, sincerely. Ask every single question. If you don't understand what the rate is, if you don't understand how the rate is applied, when your funds are available, when your funds actually hit the bank, this is very important because if you notice, certain banks, not to mention anybody local, but certain banks are holding what would be your paycheck deposit, because remember, we all had to maintain that deposit limit. We all had to have that deposit limit for free checking or something like that. That has changed, and they are holding them. I'm honestly, sincerely wondering if they're not holding them for the pending to go out into your banking account, and then your bank is holding them to come in. And if you don't think this is true, it's okay, fine. But it's going to change. And with that, so is credit. I've already seen a tightening on my credit. I've seen where I'm not getting the credit offers I was getting. Like last December, I was getting a ton of offers every week. I'd be throwing out offers after offers after offers. Today, I'm not getting those same offers. The other thing is, when you're signing a contract, when you're signing for a receipt, when you're signing for a rental agreement, double check everything. Make sure that you've got coverage if you need coverage. If you don't have coverage, go find the coverage for it. Get the extra coverage. This might be the only time I would say this recession is the time to get AFLAC so that you have coverage, because your insurance may not cover what you think it does. And the insurance opportunities that are out there are insanely expensive. Insane expensive. Okay? Like, it's not even worth talking about because I know I can't afford it. And I'm going like, wait, why can't I afford it? So Something's changed. I can tell you that much. And I think the other thing is that, well, this is pretty basic. Whatever amount you feel comfortable with, and I mean this in the best way possible, but keep cash on hand. I'm not talking about, keeping your whole paycheck in cash, though I would say that would be a good idea. But keeping a mattress pile, I call it a mattress pile, you can call it an envelope, stuffing cash. Keep at least $10, $5. Keep some cash on hand. Keep an emergency fund of cash on hand. I know that sounds really bad because, I know with me in cash, if it sits for, I think I had $100. I had gotten it for a holiday gift, and I had saved it. I don't know how, but I saved it. I was proud of myself for saving it. But then I think it was this week, I'm like, oh, I need to get money on my Clipper card, and I used it there. I almost hated myself for doing that because I don't know when I'm going to get another $50 free cash to hold. So I have to make that money. I have to hold that money from my paycheck that I got, take $100 out, and put it where I know I can find it. Now, that may be really hard for you. Start with $5. Start with $1. And the $1 a day kind of thing. If you have an extra dollar, put the dollar away. Put the dollar away. I was doing that virtually, and it kind of helped. It did, it helps making some things happen, which is good, but there's other things that happen that aren't good. And, you might be over on one account and under on another, and then you're kind of going well, which one do I do and which one do I use? The thing is that you've got to eliminate all your credit debt. Definitely eliminate it as soon as possible. If you can fire, your debt, awesome. Fire it. Right now I'm able to manage my debt. But that's one thing. And I think I guess this is a kind of a thing. So one of the things I'm doing, I'm going to go on a trip, and I know I'm really pale. So I'm taking the effort to, I just caught myself bleeding for some reason. Oh, God. But I don't know if you can kind of tell, but I'm using a self-tanner, the Jergens self-tanner. Go through all the stuff that you have, and if you're not using it, use it or lose it. I'm serious. I am so happy that this weekend I'm going to say goodbye to my big storage unit. It doesn't mean that I don't have storage, but I'm saying goodbye to my big storage. I'm really grateful for that. I am thinking about some stuff about how to move and so forth, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult year. We are in a recession. We've been in a rolling recession for 2 years. This is where it hits. And soft landing, hard landing, a slender landing, it's not going to matter. If you can't, it's what was it? They came out, it's $444,000 as a median salary that you have to earn, either as a couple or not, I don't know, to own a house in Santa Clara Valley. Or somewhere, no, it wasn't Santa Clara, it was somewhere far. But it was here in California, and I'm kind of going where are they getting this? What in the world are they thinking? It is going to change. You are going to get a house. You are going to find a place to live. Or you are going to rent for the rest of your life. But even renting is becoming a mortgage payment of $5,000. So plan for that, which doesn't make sense. If a mortgage payment is $5,000 now, what is it going to be when it's your turn? I don't know. Another interesting thing, there was a discussion on YouTube with somebody about how we got to the utopian society of no financial need in Star Trek. And I thought Bitcoin was going to bring us there. I thought Bitcoin would have done that. Didn't. Bitcoin did not do it. Bitcoin, I still cannot justify getting property, which is what Bitcoin is. It's property. It's not income. It's not monetary use. It's property by the state's thing. Other countries have not adopted it as a monetary signifier. In fact, the US dollar was adopted by another country as their currency because they did adopt a digital asset. And remember, asset is property. Just double check that. And it tanked their economy, and so they quietly adopted the US dollar, because Bitcoin, while it is great to have, if you are an early adopter on Bitcoin, you're making millions, quote unquote, but you can't still go down and buy a gallon of milk with it. You have to cash it out, and you have to pay taxes on that, and they don't accept digital assets as payment for that cashing out. It would have been nice if we got there, but back to the whole like utopian of Star Trek, and it's a very true statement. If everyone had replicators, basically copiers, that could form materials and building supplies and food and so forth, that would eliminate the need for monetary establishment, because you have a replicator and it can provide you with building materials. It can provide you with the other things, and it runs on fusion, not antimatter and proton matter. It doesn't run on that. It runs on fusion energy, which is self-sustaining to some point. So we'll get there, I hope. But I don't think we're all going to have replicators. I think that's going to be, again, one of those things that's interesting to see what happens. 3D printers might be the first iteration of replicators, but you still need a filament for it, you still need energy for it, and it takes a very long time for it to build something. A replicator, does it instantly. So a 3D printer might be that first iteration of it, but even the largest 3D printer can work for 24 hours and 48 hours, but it's using a ton of energy at that time. And unless that energy is coming from a renewable source, it's as bad as Bitcoin in its energy usage. So we're not at the utopian, we're killing the planet still. All right, I ranted enough. It's raining still. Maybe you can hear it now. I don't know. It's so funny. Somebody came out here with me and now is gone, and I hurt myself. I don't even know how I did that, but I did. Anyway, big shout out to a lot of innovators, and maybe it will be another innovator that that makes replicators. And If you can, check out Loved and Blessed. Check out my name on guest lists on and off. I think I've messed that up. See you next week. Oh, and obviously I'm over my cold.